about that. Okay, this session is now recorded from a RE/MAX office and available to be playing on the internet on YouTube. And we're excited to be doing this for all the real estate industry, and I thank Rathiz for inviting us into his RE/MAX office to do this presentation here today. You'll see the apps that are on the screen. The one thing you can do when you're listening to this video in the future is you can increase the sound or lower the sound. Chances are you'll need to lower the sound a little bit and to make it more easier listening for you. And you should also be able to learn how to stop, pause, and start to continue to play it. That way, if you're taking notes along the way and if you miss something, it's actually better than even listening to it live, because now you can stop the recording, take some notes, and move forward. Just one idea can be game-changing for a career in real estate, and we have a number of ideas here today that can really help you. So we're going to move on, and you should be able to search regularly on using these apps on a regular basis. One of the reasons is 75% of the information is exclusive, not on real estate boards. It's very exciting. We've been going for 20 years, and with the advent of the internet, with so many residential people and the for sale by owners that are out there, and residential people trying to sell properties themselves privately, there's a great opportunity for all real estate people to now take advantage of the networks. The power each and every one of you have is in the network that you're connected to. So when you place one piece of information, you reach a worldwide audience instantly of people that are already reading the service. The people on the internet, when they put their own home for sale, it's almost like being in a quiet spot of a big shopping mall in the back corner. People aren't really seeing your information even though you're on the internet. And the difference is that your information is going to get seen. Let's move on. There are over 3.7 billion people using the internet now. In fact, 60% of them are using mobile devices, and all of the information that you place on ICI World is available on mobile devices worldwide. 2 years ago we started, we went from 0 to 7,000 users. The second year it doubled to 14,000, and this year I don't know where it's going to go, but it's continuing to go up with the use of the internet and the mobile apps from ICI World. Part of the reason is that we're on the front page of a lot of these trade publication magazines. You'll see us right here. These trade publication magazines are excellent vehicles for you to advertise as well. It reaches about 300,000 people in the Ontario market. And believe me, our Ontario market is connected worldwide to people in Florida all over the world. It's amazing the connections each of you have around the world. And when we're on the front page and somebody sees one of these ads, they go to ICI World and they see your listing, they pick up the phone, call you, you go show it, you make $20,000. It started from a little ad like that on one of these publications. So that's what's happening about a readership of 300,000 just in all these other publications. Does anybody know what this newspaper is right here?
Yes.
What is it?
Real estate magazine.
Yeah, I know. What's it? Who's it go to?
Realtors.
It goes to realtors across Canada, over 100,000 readership. Has anybody, you've had it in your office from time to time?
Yes.
Okay. Has anybody ever seen our ad in there? Probably not. No. But I'm letting you know, we've been in here for 10 years. Okay, interesting, eh? So we're here, but people sometimes just don't kind of take time out to kind of read these things, but that's there. So we're getting out into the marketplace doing various things to kind of help get the word out, and we're sticking with it. And the reason why you're sticking with it, because we know it works. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. Okay, now we're caught up to where we were before. I forgot to turn on the, the recording. So basically it's $40 per month for unlimited ads, plus you get the widgets on your website that triggers leads. And the ads trigger leads, and you have full access to Database 1 and Database 2. Database 2 is the FSBOs, where the public is posting information on ICI World. But the only people that can access the private information from the public are your realtor members. Okay, we'll show you that in a moment. There's 50 pages of testimonials online. Now, I have copies of these testimonials, okay? 50 pages. But I'm going to have you all go to the app right now. Can everyone go to the app right now? Yeah. And go to the thing that says More. The ones that have the mobile site with the dark blue planet, just go down the page until you see testimonials. The ones that click on more on the app, look for testimonials. And go past the printing until you start to see the pictures appear of the brokers. Go down the page and look for testimonials. It should be there someplace. See if you can find testimonials. Right there. Okay, it's in the first section at the top. Go to the first section at the top. Right in here should be someplace. Testimonials. And your same thing, go down somewhere above the CN tower. Above the CN tower. Look for testimonials. The ones that clicked on more, okay, go down the page. Just start to scroll. Go slow, go slow. Read some of these. And in your case, go down the page. That's it. Keep going down. You're doing good. Or go up. Yep. Okay, now just start reading some of these. And you tell me, and okay, go down the page till you see the pictures. Okay, now start reading those. You got, okay, keep reading those. You've got them. You've got them. Did you get them? Did you get them as well? Okay, all the pictures of the people. Okay. You tell me if these are from brokers and salespeople like yourself, okay, that are doing deals that were not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. I'm telling you now, there is so much business in this area here. It's incredible. And I'm going to show you how you can be networking information. So after today, I'm going to let you know you will no longer be restricted to making money with just MLS. We're going to open up your minds that you can make money with a piece of information, not just a listing on the Toronto Real Estate Board. The advantage to you and to all brokers in the world, for that matter, is that the way you can put a listing on the MLS puts it on the internet where people can see it. They pick up the phone, they call you, you go off and do a deal. Beautiful. It's the best system in the world. It's the backbone of our business. But in addition to MLS, you can now have exclusive information where you only have, maybe somebody says to you, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing. Has anybody ever had that said to them?
Sorry, say it again.
Has anybody ever said to you, I want to sell my property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a commission?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Get excited. When I hear that, I get excited, honest to God, because this was built to handle that situation. And I'm going to be showing you today how you can put that information on the internet without the address, no addresses. $1 million home, Scarborough, double car garage, ground level family room. That's it. You're not going to say anything else. And you can trigger a lead off the internet just like a real estate board can trigger a lead off the internet. So now somebody calls you, what's the first thing they're going to ask you?
Address.
What's the address? I'd like to drive by with my family, and if I like it, I call you back. Do you give them the address?
No.
The answer no is correct. Very good. So I'm going to show you how to handle that phone call and what you say and how you line up an appointment and put an agreement in place first. We'll be showing you how to do that. You should never show a property without having an agreement in place. Okay, so I've just shown you the 50 pages of testimonials online. You should get excited. All of these people should be an inspiration to every one of you that you can do it. And you're going to be the first to do it for yourself. And share it with the office and let us know. I'd like to be the first one to congratulate you when you do deals. So you know you can search seconds in free, and then you reach the world in seconds by just placing your information, and with one click, you reach the world. 20,000 emails get delivered to the industry. Your information appears on 2,000 other brokers' websites. 18,000 pages on the internet display your information, and it goes on and on. Now, how to add a listing. I'm going to show you it real quick so we can get that out of the way. Somebody that has a listing, and who's the member here? There was a member here who hasn't used the service. There was, who's that office? Where's Sri? Is Sri, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, do you have a have or a want right now that we could put on? Like a home or a commercial property?
I did one, I think, last year, right?
And that's right.
Yeah.
But you haven't had anything in the last 90 days.
No.
No.
No,
Do
I didn't check out.
Okay, well, I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use you, if you don't mind, as a little example of how we help everybody do things.
Sure.
Do you have anything available for sale right now?
No.
Okay, do you have anything coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3 months?
Yeah.
We're just gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you have anything for sale coming for sale in the next 1, 2, 3 months?
Yes.
Can you give me an example of what it is?
The bungalow in Markham and Lawrence. No,
It's-
land and Markham and Lawrence.
Markham and Lawrence, oh, so that's Scarborough, right?
Right.
Scarborough. What is it, a home?
He's home. Detached
It's a
bungalow.
detached home. Approximately how much money is it gonna be?
$850.
Around $850. It's not listed now,
Not yet.
but you're getting it.
Yes.
Watch this, people, how you can make money with this, okay? Sri, you're a member on ICI World.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how we do. With one click, you click on login and executive member login. And on the left-hand side, if I click on my record, there is the record for Sri. That's his record on ICI World. The information is already in there. Now, do you have a website, Sri?
No.
Not really? Okay, so we can help you with that as well. Okay? But I'm going to go over here to my listings, and you're going to see that Sri had some listings, and how old are they?
1 year.
Over 1 year old. Okay, sorry, Sri. But that's another reason I'm here to kind of help you. Anyone who has not made any money, you just got to call us. If you have a flat tire in your car, you do not abandon the car. You get the tire fixed. Okay, I'm the tire fixer for this kind of stuff. Now, what age of these listings must you have them less than in order for the world to see it?
Less than 90 days.
90 days, you got it. Okay, that's the key. So is this wanted, that townhouse, did you sell that person a home in Oshawa?
Yeah, it's sold on.
You sold it?
Yes.
You sold them.
Yes.
Can I mark it sold?
Yes.
Okay, watch this. I'm actually going to go here to modify, and I can click on sold, and I'm going to type in sold at the beginning of the subject line. Is that okay? And mark it sold, Sri? Okay, good. Let's go back to my listings. How about coming for sale? You had another one for 3,000 square feet, 9 years old.
That's sold.
Did you sell it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to go up here and mark it sold and change the status to sold. Oopsie daisy. Come down to the bottom and mark it sold. Now that one was coming for sale too. Right there. Now let's go to add, have, want. And we have another one that's coming for sale. Coming for sale. Let me put a capital C over there. Okay, and this is in Scarborough?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I'm suggesting that we should say Toronto, Scarborough. And the reason is that we reach people in 138 countries, and they might not know the word Scarborough. Okay? We have people. I have a person in Belleville, Ontario. He couldn't get anybody from Toronto to go look at a property there. It was about $4 or $5 million. He got it from offshore. They showed an interest, and they bought it from offshore. Here's how they did it. Anybody know what AACI means?
Yeah. That's a commercial appraisal.
It's an appraiser of the, it's an accredited appraisal of the institute. Okay? They sent the person overseas, they sent them a great big appraisal, this thick. It talked all about the property. And the person liked what they saw. They haven't seen it yet. They made an offer, conditional on due diligence. It got accepted. He caught the next plane and he flew over. And Bruce, the agent from Belleville, he picked him up at the airport. He brought him into Belleville, showed him around, and spent a week with him, basically. And then they removed the condition. It was conditional on due diligence. He saw the property. He removed the condition, and they bought the property. That's one way to buy property. People buy properties around the world. And so let's move on here. Scarborough. and this is a home. Approximate, now I'm going to say approximately 850.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah.
850K. You don't really know, because until you get it listed, you might go there, you might want 900 after he finds out about your commission. You know, you never know. So you put approximately. This is not a listing. This is a verbal. This is verbal. He told you, come over, list my house, but I want to wait till the first of the year or something. Okay, and then what we do is we go down here to Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and Scarborough. You do both. Okay? Then we do residential estates, and then we just repeat it again. Home, Scarborough, and we put 850,000, but then there's a price comment, and we're going to say approximately coming for sale. What we usually do is we go up here and copy this.
Can we put detached 3-bedroom?
Yes, we can. We can go right back and go detached home,
Detached bungalow.
detached bungalow, 3-bedroom,
Basement finished.
and basement finished. Let's do it.
3-bedroom.
Yeah, we put 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay?
Basement also 3 bedroom.
Oh,
What?
3 plus 3 then.
3
3 plus 3, yeah.
3 plus 3 more?
Yeah.
You mean it's got 6 bedrooms?
Yeah. And separate entrance.
And separate entrance. Okay, a home, basement finished.
With the separate.
Okay. And then we'll say approximately 850. Okay? That's it. That's all you have to say. In other words, it's very simple. When you think about it, we suggest lots of information is not good. Less is better than more on ICI World. With an information service, less is better than more. All you want to do is trigger a lead to get them to ask you more questions. But you need 4 ingredients. You need a general location, always. The type of property, and the price or price range. You get those 3. When somebody calls you, they're usually pretty well qualified. They just qualified themselves by calling you.
That's a better idea to ask them. Let them ask you if it's a separate entrance or how many rooms in the basement, how many washrooms are there.
Yep.
So you can say, you know, 3-bedroom bungalow, awesome location in Scarborough.
You got it. You got it. You got it. You could do that. Anybody that's looking around $800,000 or $900,000, they got to call you.
Yeah.
It's like you never know. It could be the best home for the rest of their life. And the only way they're going to find out is they have to call you. So that's a good point. Now, we do one other thing here. There's something special called the Internet Links Box. If you had this listing on your website, you could link to the listing on your website. So you can say, click here for more details, for photo and more details. So they can actually go and see your website and see the listing. The other thing we do is we actually click on, we supply information about the location of your properties. This is a link to the City of Toronto. This helps to sell Toronto to the world. If you had a property in Mississauga, you should link to the investinmississauga.ca website and to help sell Mississauga to the world. I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page, and this is the big deal here today. This is one of the big things today, that if you can get a handle on this, you have a chance to make, every single one of you have a chance to make a lot of money. You are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS. I'm going to repeat it because it's so important, and I want you to make money. If you can understand that you're no longer restricted to making money with just MLS, you got a chance to make a lot of extra money. You have a license, you've done all the work, all the effort and everything, and now there's a chance to make money with information, not just listings. Commercial brokers, we've been doing it since the beginning of time. We've been doing it on ICI World for the last 20 years. It's really come into, for residential real estate in the last 3 years, where there's more and more exclusive information for residential as well. Now in this case, this is your relationship with that owner. the owner of that property, is that a regular client of yours? Would you say?
Yes.
So he's a regular client. If he wasn't a regular client, you could say exclusive, or you could say know about. You could say things like that. In this case, we can use regular client. Is that okay?
Yeah, or exclusive.
But the reason why I'm suggesting regular client is it shows that you have a first-hand relationship with the owner. You talk to him directly, right? You're not part of a daisy chain of, well, he's told you and you told him and then you told, and you're the one to put it on after 4 brokers. Because we don't get into, I thought I made that smaller. Hang on. Turn that down low. Sorry about that, people. Huh. I got it right off too. Anyways, so that's how that works. You can pick any one of these. It could be an open listing that you know about. Okay? So this is, I'm opening your mind. There's lots of other information in the marketplace, and your job, your responsibility to look after you and your family is to recognize important information that can make you money. If you're driving down the street and you see a for sale by owner sign, never drive by another property again for sale by owner. You mark that telephone number down. I'm going to show you how that person, how you can get the information and work it with their permission. So I'm going to choose regular client. And the last question on the screen, very important. Will you allow your listings to be advertised on other brokers' websites? If another broker brings you a buyer, would you work with them once you get it listed?
Yes.
That's what MLS is all about. So we suggest you answer yes.
Yes.
Okay? Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right. Is it okay to add this listing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Hang on. I'm going to click on submit information. And bingo, it's done. Oh my God, what happened? Our internet. The internet's not working here. All of a sudden. Let me check. Try it one more time. Waiting for server response. Okay, it went on. It was just a click. But it looks like the areas got bounced out. I'm going to go to my listings on the left. And I'm going to go to that one listing. And I'm going to have to put those areas back in. Something's happened. I don't know why. Probably when I clicked on it and when I went back, I didn't choose it. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to Toronto and Scarborough because somehow it didn't get entered. Everything else still looks okay. And I'm going to go ahead and modify the record. Okay? All right. Now, on the left-hand side, there's a button that says Latest Commercial, Latest World Commercial on Latest World Residential. I'm going to click on that. And up comes the listing right on top. Now, if you went on your phones, you should see it all on your phones right now. So go ahead and check your phones right now, just for fun. Search the Latest World Residential and see if you can see it. Choose residential. In fact, you don't even have to choose Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto. You could just search the database without even choosing Canada. Just search the database. Don't sort them by price. Just residential and search database. That's all you have to do. Do you see the listing?
Yes.
Go ahead. Click on the listing number. And do you see his telephone number there?
Yes.
There you go. So you're instantly, that opportunity now is on the internet right now. It's live. Now, we better show you how to handle the phone call in case you get one within the next 5 or 10 minutes. Okay? Because that's exactly what can happen. We've had people get calls right when I'm in the meeting, still in the meeting. They can actually, it's live on the internet right now. Okay, let's move on. Everybody comfortable with being able to add a listing?
I have a question.
A question?
Yes.
Yes.
So when you do the residential search
Yes.
on the website,
Yes.
so you should be.
Can I see, what is this?
That's your.
Oh, can you go back to the main page. Residential is the second choice.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. That was a good question, by the way. Very good. Okay, people, we're going to move on. And so that was just the how to go ahead and add a listing. So now you know how to search, you know how to add listings. We help you every step of the way. How do we help you? We help you in your office over the phone. Let me show you. This is called a webinar workshop. On ICIworld.com, you'll see at the very top, what does that say right there? What does that say on the screen?
Make an appointment.
Make an appointment. So whenever you need a hand, you click on make an appointment. And then up comes 60 minutes. Even if your question only takes 15 minutes, make an appointment. It's just like a doctor's office. And you click on make an appointment, and when you click on it, the days of the week come up. And then if you wanted Friday, you click on Friday, and then you just pick 1 o'clock if that's what you want, confirm it, put in your name, email, and a phone number. Your appointment is booked. What do you do 10 minutes before your time? You click on this webinars workshop right here. Our computer will connect with your computer, and your computer will connect with our computer. So we help you in your home or business office over the phone, one-on-one. You bring all your questions to the meeting. It's just like a doctor's office, or sort of like a doctor of the internet, helping everyone do this stuff. And then you have a pad of paper and a pencil, and we will walk you through it where I can see your screen, then sometimes we switch over, you can see my screen, and we help you put all the information on, and we go at your own pace. At one time, we used to do a group, but we were going too fast for some people, we were going too slow for some people. Now, it's one-on-one with each person, one-on-one. Because once you get up and running, one orientation session, you're good to go, you're going to be networking with the world. The only other thing we ask is when you do a deal, let us know. We like to congratulate you. We like to be the first one to congratulate you when you get your check at the lawyer's office. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so that's the, you'll see that in the handout that we hand out, I've got the PowerPoint presentation for each and every one of you. You can make questions on the PowerPoint presentation as you go through. Did you get a copy? I don't think you got a copy, eh?
That's an important.
Is there an extra copy of the
We can take a
PowerPoint?
copy later.
No, we got, there's a, you can take notes on that too, though. I think she needs one. Okay, anybody who doesn't have it, give them one more copy.
No,
just
no,
so
I
they
already
have it.
have it.
Okay.
My partner has it.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. All right, let's move on. So training and support. Now, the other thing that we have to help you after today, a lot of times the information, oh my God, what was that all about? Well, what you do is you go to ICIworld.com and you click on this one here that says for members. And when you click on for members, you're going to see that there's an educational YouTube channel. I'm going to click on it. And you'll see that there's over 100 videos that we put on. Every single video since the beginning of time is still effective to this day. Every single video still applies to this day. For instance, if somebody asked you, do you have an apartment building? How can you help them if you're in residential real estate and you don't even have any commercial real estate? What can you do? Well, if you're a member here, you're going to have the apartment buildings on your website. And you can say, go to my website, click on apartment buildings, and you got a whole list. And next thing you know, they say, well, there's one here for $2 million on Dundas Street. Do you think we could go have a look at it? Well, you have a choice. You can either do a referral to that broker, or you can go show it yourself. You can do either. So these videos, if I was to click on one of these videos, for instance, actually, I'm going to save this. That's going to be very helpful. In these videos, it's teaching us how to master the 3 simple questions that has helped people make literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. It just so happens when I opened it, that's where it was. Okay, so the ICI World Educational YouTube channel. You should also order the widgets for your website. And if you don't have a website, our websites are free for 30 days. After 30 days, they're $16.50. It's ridiculously cheap. Ridiculous. Yeah. It's per month. It's $19 per month, or it's $199 for the whole year. Do you have a copy of the application? Have you got the copy of the application, this application here? Okay, can everybody get this out? You see the third button on the right? It says websites are free for 1 month. She needs a copy up here, Doris. Anybody, you need to have this copy in front of you. We need an extra one here too. When you have partners, both people have to join, by the way. You can't just one, you both have to join.
I
But
thought
you'll
we should
see
join
that-
one, buy one, get one free, I think.
This is,
We get a promotion.
there is a promotion here today, so I'm coming to it.
Okay.
You're right about asking for it. The third button on the right, what does it say about websites?
Free for 1 month,
That's right.
$199 per year.
And then after that, it's $199 for the year
if you want to keep
And
it.
if you want to keep it. Most everybody keeps it once I show them to you. I'll be showing you samples of 10 different websites in a moment. Or you can keep it for $19 a month. No contract. Okay? All right. So that's websites. Then we have some monthly webinars that we put on for the industry. And actually, I'm going to show that right now. If you go back to the 4 members and go down the page, you're going to see 2 monthly webinars. This one here and this one here. You can register for it, and it's worldwide. We've had as many as 100 register in 1 month, or 120 registered for one of those in 1 month, how to promote your website. Why is that important? What good is a website if you don't have any traffic to your website? So it's up to brokers to kind of learn that you should be putting it right on your business cards. And then how you hand out your business card to someone is very important. We're going to teach that in that webinar, how to promote your website. Because if you can get people going to your website, you're going to make more money if you have the listings on your website. They come once a month. You can register for it online. It's absolutely free for you to do so. Okay, let's move on. All right. So this session, we've been doing it for years, and we have not had to change it drastically. There's a few minor changes that have major industry-wide significance, and I'll come to that in a moment. We already know about this, that there's 3.7 billion people on the internet, and this is where it's all about, having it all on mobile phones, because the customers are already on these phones big time, more than real estate people.
Right.
So we're really, in a sense, catching up, you know, with all those other people, millennials and etc. Okay. Now, I'm not going to cover this today because I've used up some extra time. I might even take that out and make this a separate session. These are all kinds of other apps that you can put on your phone. If you want to talk about that in a session, make an appointment with me. I can talk about it. But it's in your notes on your PowerPoint presentation that I handed out. You should be able to see those apps listed. So I've given them to you. Evernote, I could not be in business today if it wasn't for Evernote. I've got 100 reminders of things to get done in the company over time. You can use that for all kinds of things, to keep track of emails, to keep track of receipts. You can have it do so many things, Evernote. I could spend all morning talking about Evernote. That's not my goal here today. My goal here today is to open up your mind that there's good stuff happening to make you money, and I just want to pass that on. How many people here have trouble remembering their passwords? Okay, I use that program there. I have actually 180 passwords, okay, for building the service over time. I use that program. Why? Because it opens up on all my devices. If I forget my password and I've got my phone, I can actually look up my password. If I'm on a computer, an iPad, or whatever it is. Dropbox, if my computer dropped on the floor today, I could take one of these other computers, plug it in, and hook up to my Dropbox, which is like in the cloud, and I can run the PowerPoint presentation right from there. Dropbox. Beautiful. I'm not going to go through all these other ones. There's some other ones for Realtor.ca. I think everyone should have an iPad in the car when you're showing properties. And if you're driving down the street and you're looking at the house on the right-hand side, and all of a sudden you see a for sale sign across the street, they want to know how much that one is. And if you didn't plan for it and you don't know, what are you going to do? Well, you open up your iPad, click on Realtor.ca, properties near me, bingo, there it is. That's what it is. So the people, if they think that's a $400,000 home they look at, they say, well, I want to go see that one. But you look it up and it's $650,000. So they can rule that out right away. That's called giving good service. So I'm thinking everyone should have that in their car at all times. Be ready to pull up realtor.ca so you can see how much all the houses are all around you. Okay, and all of these other services, they're all kind of good too. These are some top commercial apps. I'm not going to cover commercial here very much today. I will be introducing it to you, but I'm going to invite everyone here that is interested in commercial real estate to attend a meeting at the Toronto Real Estate Board Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. It's a CCIM meeting, and I have started so many people in residential real estate, starting them in commercial real estate, and they're all coming back saying, Gary, thank you. I just sold my first commercial deal. I love hearing about it. Making $50,000. It's beautiful. It's people. It's just zeros. That's all. Just a few extra zeros. You know. So you can start doing it, but you should all get involved with CI 101, that course, and I'll tell you about that in a moment. There is some of the information on me, but I'm going to give you a website to go to for CCIM to learn some commercial real estate. I'm going to go back to iciworld.com, and it just so happens that we have a button here called Events. When you click on Events, in fact, it's right on your phones too, by the way. You can click on Events, and when you do, up comes the events, and you'll see the CCIM events. By the way, there is December 27th. How to work exclusive information. You click on the CCIM event, and this is the chapter. The CCIM is stands for Certified Commercial Investment Member. I'm a CCIM. I was in residential for 20 years, and then I took the courses. And then I started selling commercial real estate because I was able to understand how they make money. If you can show a picture to someone how they make money in real estate, you can start selling investment real estate very nicely. If you take the course, CI 101, it will teach you how to analyze before tax and after tax. It's a 4-day course, and you take it, you're going to be able, it'll take the mystery right out of commercial real estate, that first course. The chapter is made up of brokers and salespeople like yourselves. And if you come to the meeting on Wednesday morning, you're going to meet other brokers just like yourself, learning about technology and commercial real estate. There's speakers. The speaker that we have on Wednesday morning is representing a company doing financing, and they have done the financing for 50% approximately of all the apartment buildings in Canada. Wow. He's the speaker. Interesting. So I'm inviting you all to come. It's free, absolutely free. Okay? We're just trying to get, brokers to come on out and kind of learn the business. So that's the CCIM chapter, made up of brokers. We have about 80 members, and we meet on a regular basis at the Toronto Real Estate Board. And this service, Having One Information Service, was started out of that chapter. Okay, let's move on. Now, the reason I post all of this here, and I'm showing things like the LinkedIn profile, all of these things here, all of the social media, that can be used to help promote your individual website. If you have a fan page, or even if you list your, who here has Facebook? Okay, do you have your website listed on Facebook, on your front page? Get it listed. Get it listed on there. Because people, your family, they say, oh yeah, the kids are graduating from university, somebody's got a new baby and all that kind of stuff. That's wonderful. But everybody's in touch with real estate. So if they can see your website and they see how well connected you are to the MLS, you've got commercial, you've got residential, you've got exclusive listings too on your website from ICI World, right? Residential, commercial, you've got lists of buyers on your website. Wow, are you ever really well connected? The respect goes right up. They already respect you. Even FSBOs respect your knowledge about information in the industry. They know you know where to get this information. And so they do respect all of your information. So you should have it on your website to make sure all your family respects you. Sometimes you're in the family, they say, I don't know if he's the best salesperson or the best, they wonder about that. But when they see how well connected you are and the nice website that you have connected in with everything, that can help maybe a little bit of a difference. Okay, let's move on. These are some of the instructors, and Doris has been starting to work with me, and Doris is an instructor on her own right. And can you say a little bit about your coach and take 1 minute and talk about it, what she does, helping represent a coach and an instructor? She's also an instructor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I work with sales training for Floyd Whitman. So agents that, if you want to learn selling training techniques, because you learn a lot of things about apps, about how to fill out the forms, but actual selling is what we do with the Floyd Whitman training. And if it's something you're interested in, I could talk about that later on.
Who's heard about Floyd Whitman before? Floyd Whitman? Okay, you have? He's a major sales trainer in the industry, teaching all different offices across all borders. So she's got a lot of knowledge on that, and if you have any questions, feel free to talk to her too. And she's helping us to grow the service as well, taking a great interest, and I'm really enjoying doing it with you, Doris. These are some of the other instructors, and you take people like Judy Casimir. She started with many, many years ago, and she sold one commercial property in the first year. In the second year, she posted, she had a wanted. Now, she was selling small properties, but one buyer called her one day, and if a buyer calls you on a property and they say, well, no, I'm not really interested in that property, thanks anyways, before they say goodbye, what do you say?
Show some of that property.
If I find you another property that matches your description, could I call you back and tell you about it? And the person said yes. And she asked him, what price range of property are you looking for? And he said, well, between $20 and $100 million. Just a regular phone call. He called on a store that she had in Toronto. That was it. 20 to 100 million. Okay. What property type? Well, basically an office. I'm looking for an office building. Okay. If I find anything, I'll call you back. She posted it on ICI World. Wanted. Toronto area. Office building. $20 to $100 million. Simple. She got a call from a mortgage broker. The mortgage broker knew an owner who had a $75 million office building. I don't think it's 20 miles. It's within 20 miles of this place right now, this office building. Sold through ICI World. Okay? That's a piece of information. It's not on the Toronto Real Estate Board. I'm trying to open your mind up, people. You're all sharp people in your own right. Okay? And if you just take it to the next level, how you can work information, it was a want. Somebody called her, a mortgage broker. And he got permission, and he questioned her. He says, is that, you really have somebody? Or are you just, it's on the internet. Who believes what's on the internet? So he qualified her, and she says, oh yes. She ended up showing it. There's a little story. It took about 8 months, $75 million office building, right 20 miles from here. She made $200,000. Just a salesperson like yourselves. Okay? So it's there. It's there. You make the right connections. These guys, they don't care who they deal with. You find me something, I'll work through you. Sure. Builders are the same way. You find me a piece of land, I'll buy it, I'll give you some listings back. That's how I started in real estate. I found a little piece of land. You wouldn't believe it was $14,000. Can you believe it? A little piece of land. And
Where?
And it was in Binbrook, of all places.
Oh, Binbrook, yeah.
Binbrook.
Very nice place.
Yeah, anyways, it was a piece of land that was right next to a little small stream. Weeping Willow Tree Stream, $14,000. I got more calls off of that ad than any other ad I almost ever had. And then somebody finally bought it. I should have left it there. I should have bought it myself and keep advertising. Could have got more calls. Anyways, the builder said, no, that's not for me. That's no good. But if you find me some land, I'll buy it. Okay, and that was it. So I found a developer who was developing land, and he had 10 lots. So I told him about it. He said, yeah, let's go look. He said, yeah, okay. Let's make an offer. Boom. For the next 10 years, I was selling new homes. So that's how little connections can be made. But you have to be ready for it. Because you can be watching down the street, all these deals going on. But if you're not ready to recognize it, you're missing the boat and you don't even know it. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I agree with you.
Let's move on. All of these people have a big heart to help you guys. I'm not gonna, and ladies, they really do. Every single one of these people, that's what I love about teachers. In your case, if we could do it for free, we'd be doing it. But you gotta put food on the table, right? Okay. Now, why are we here today? Well, it's exciting because of all the industries that are on the internet. It's real estate that provides the biggest return on investment, because one call can make you 200,000, 20,000, 10,000. It can make you a lot of money. And you can do business here, and you can do it any place around the world. We literally have properties on all the continents of the world on ICI World. Executive member testimonials. We've already shown you, we've got literally all these different companies with literally hundreds of members in each company doing deals through ICI World, and you've already seen them, those testimonials on here. That's proof positive that you can do deals. Okay, now we're going to get into the exclusive type information we're talking about. On the internet, of all the FSBOs that are on the internet, only 9% sold without an agent. That means that 91% sold with an agent. Now, I know a lot of people that are discouraged. They knock on a door. I'm a realtor. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. I want to sell the house myself privately. Thanks anyways. Goodbye. They're just trying to get rid of you. I'm going to show you how to handle that situation right now. And it's working smooth as a baby's bum. You'll see it in a moment. So there's a lot of business being done with FSBOs. If you talk to a restaurant owner, let's say you're a restaurant owner, and I come in and I say, listen, if I got you the price you wanted, would you sell today?
Yes.
Yes. See that? In other words, almost everything's for sale for the right price when you think about it. So in other words, there's lots of business out there. Let's move on. ICI World, by the way, when I do this seminar at real estate boards, we charge $2,000 for the seminar I do. I'll go into the apps, and it's a 3-hour presentation, by the way, Doris, for a real estate board. And I'll go into all the apps one by one. But when I do it in a real estate office, we don't charge $2,000. Okay? It's free in consideration of me being able to do a little 6-minute presentation on our service, which I'm doing right now, if that's okay with you. Yeah? All right? We have 30,000 haves and wants on ICI World. 75% of them are exclusive, not on MLS. We do commercial and residential. Properties coming for sale, we showed that. We have FSBOs, assignments, other postings. We have 2 major world databases. I'm going to show you database number 2 right now, which is the FSBOs. Would you like to see it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go up and search ICI World. When you want to search, what do you click on?
Search.
Search. Got it. And if you want to see the FSBOs, what do you click on?
FSBO area.
Got it. And then if you want to search the database, and bingo, there's 15,000 listings been placed by the public in database number 2. I know some of you say, I can't believe it. All of this information is here. How come I haven't seen it up till now? Our challenge, Doris, is to get out there and let the industry know. Okay, and that's why we're putting in to be a speaker next year at Treb Realtor Quest and doing some of these other things. Okay, so there you go. You can see it. They're from all around the world. This one here is in Jamaica. There's one in Florida. Here's several gas stations for sale. Wanted, Windsor to Whitby. So you can see these are database number 2. Now, how do you get in there? Well, when you go back to the home page, when you log in, executive member login, you'll see up here it says search database 2. When you click on that, there's an member access to FSBO area. It's for members only. And then if I clicked on world, these are the listings coming in. Nobody can click on these listings. You cannot click on these listings. If I was to go down and if I wanted to, let's say, let's go and click on member access to FSBO area. If I wanted to go to the advanced, I'll even do it by category just for fun and choose residential. And what if I choose it just in the GTA, just for fun? Residential in the GTA, and see what's coming online. These are coming in for sale. So here's a person looking for a house in Oakville or Mississauga for a rebuild. So I could click on that, and there it is. What's this say here? Are you a broker or salesperson?
No.
The answer is no. You could actually give that person a call. How about this one here in Whitby, 28 acres. There's somebody that's, Phil Nichols used to be a broker. I guess he's not any longer. Anyways, you get the idea how you can be clicking on all of these things here. And then, are you a broker or salesperson? Look at that. So you're going to get access to database number 2. Yes, go ahead, question?
Gary, so if you put this on your website,
Yes?
does it also show the FISBOs?
Yes. You're going to have, I have 6 links for you, which I'm going to be demonstrating very shortly. So I think I'm going to answer that question very nicely in probably 2 minutes. Okay? But I just wanted to show you all the different information. There's 2 databases here. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's just one. There's 2. 2 data streams. We also do, our service was built as a commercial real estate service for 20 years. The last 4 years, we've added residential because we learned how to separate them. And all our brokers like it because they also do some residential, most of the brokers. The readership is 40,000. It's called IP addresses because we can't tell exactly how many people are reading it, but an IP address, somebody should be behind a computer on that IP address reading it. The public calls you directly on your ads. There's 20,000 subscribers who receive the email daily. You can receive the email daily. It's absolutely free. And there's information is displayed on 1,500 other brokers' websites instantly and automatically. And every broker has traffic to their website. That's in addition to all the traffic that we're even doing. We have over 18,000 pages that display links to listings. That means when you advertise your listing, it's instantly available on all these other 18,000 pages throughout the world. There's about 2 million hits a month. There's 138 countries coming in, and we have our own server. We don't share space on a virtual service with other people. We have our own server with backups. Okay, some of the advertising that we're doing, working with real estate boards. Mississauga and Brampton, we do shows all the time promoting to the whole industry. This has got to be one of the best shows in the whole world, Who's been to Realtor Quest? Okay? If you haven't been, you really should go. Nowhere can you see so many products and services in one day as you can than by going to that one show. Yeah. It's the busiest show in the world. The only other show that might be bigger is the National Association of Realtors called NAR, the NAR convention, sometimes in Vegas and Orlando, California. Anyways, our booth, I have members that can't even get near our booth. We have 3 people standing in the line listening to all the stuff we're saying. They're learning about this stuff. Part of the reason is that we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as the one from ICI World for $16.50, people.
How?
It's ridiculous.
Can we talk about it a little bit?
I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you websites too. Okay? That's coming. Very good question. And let us show you and then be the judge. So you can reserve your judgment, and then after I show it to you, then you be the judge why it's more powerful than all these other websites. It's not the design. You can get nicer designs and do different things and spend thousands of dollars. It's the power of the website from a broker's point of view is the listings. If you have, every broker has got MLS. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's not an advantage. Everybody's got it. The advantage comes in some of the other networks that you can have on your website.
And I was yet to do something different to make money.
There you go. You're right. There's some of the advertising. I've already shown you all the publications that we're advertising on to triggers leads for everyone. And we're on the front page. There we are, right there on the front page. We're doing all of that for you guys and ladies. And of course, in the internet, we're up there on the internet. People search. People can just find us in so many different ways. Now, we're coming into the crux of the important stuff, and it is how to work exclusive information, and then we're going to cover the websites. And we can do it within about 8 minutes. Here we go. You can trigger leads just like real estate board listings do, and you've already seen all the testimonials, so you know it's proven. This provides extra opportunities for you to make money that you do not have as of today. How to work exclusive information? It becomes inventory on the internet. If you have inventory on the internet, people can see it, they can call you. Normally, you could advertise in a newspaper, but it's too expensive. No control. There's a way to keep control of that piece of information. And that control is important because it's like money in the bank. And you got to protect it just like money in the bank. Some people have loose lips. They give away too much information, and I'll show you what information to give away and not to give away. See the testimonials? I've already covered that, commercial, residential, and we're going to show you now how to cover the RICO guidelines. Anybody know who this is?
Yeah.
Bill Gates. Our service started out of a book by Bill Gates called At the Speed of Thought. If you can take something out of your brain and put that thought on the internet, everybody in the world, anybody that can see that thought, they can act on it. In real estate, you had a property coming for sale. That's just a thought in your brain. It's a thought. It's not a listing. It's a thought. Coming for sale. We put it on the internet. Somebody can see that and they can call you. You can put them on a list. And when you get the listing signed, you call them back, go show the property, and make $20,000 from a thought. Interesting, isn't it? Bill Gates was speaking to Warren Buffett back in the early 1990s. And Warren says, what are you talking about the internet? What's that all about? I don't know anything about that stuff. He says, you're going to be able to converse with people all around the world for free or so little cost that it's basically free. That's what's happening with the internet. That's why our little service, we as a group can compete with the Fortune 1000 companies because we're on the internet. It's beautiful. You have worldwide advertising. And it's more than you even dreamed about. It's hard to even fathom it. You got to get the right information working for you though. Basically, the cost to publish your information, getting your message in front of someone, talking to people around the world is basically zero, so close to zero that it doesn't make any difference. So ICI World, the big word here is Information Listing Service. ILS. I call it ILS, not MLS. ILS. Or as Doris says, ELS, Exclusive Information Listing Service. Intelligence. Now what's needed for all of this? Intelligence, energy, and integrity. And then there's some nice inspiring videos from Anthony Robbins. It's on our ICI World Educational YouTube video. FSBOs, open listings, exclusive, builders, expired. All of these are opportunities. And this, you should take a picture with your camera right now. I would get your phones out. I would take a picture of this. I would write it down. And it literally is word for word. It's letter for letter when you talk to somebody. This is tried, proven, and tested, these 3 questions. And we went 1 year one time, many years ago, where I was teaching this, and the people didn't make any money. I'm wondering, what the heck's wrong? I said, did you ask the people the 3 questions? He says, yeah. And so I said, what's the first question? He says, well, I asked them, will you pay me a commission?
Yes.
Guess what?
Most of the time they say yes.
Yeah, but sometimes they say no because they just want to get rid of you. They think you're asking for a commission right now to sign a listing. And if they think you're just trying to sign a listing and it's a FSBO, what are they going to say? They don't want to. They want to try to. They say, I want to try to sell it myself privately. Thanks anyways, if you don't mind. And they're just trying to get rid of you. But the first question isn't just, will you pay me a commission? If I bring you a buyer. They weren't saying that. In the beginning, they didn't say that. In the second year we did this, after I found out some people weren't doing it, as soon as we emphasized, if I bring you a buyer, that FSBO says, oh, if you bring me a buyer, sure. Now, it just breaks the ice. You're not trying to hustle them for a listing and give them the 10 reasons why you should list with my company, it's the best and all that stuff. It's just, if I bring you a buyer. They've already said no, they don't want to list. Second question, anybody have a question? Any problems with that first question?
No.
Thank you. Second question, you ask them, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? Interesting. And when I asked this person that didn't do any business, what was he saying? He says he was trying to get a 48-hour exclusive listing right there on the spot. That's not the question. It says, once I have a buyer, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing? What that means, even though we have 30,000 listings on ICI World, there they are up there, 75% exclusive, it doesn't mean that we don't put agreements in place first before showing the property or before divulging the address of the property to someone.
Sorry, say it again.
I'll repeat, it's very important. This is the key to today's session. If you grasp it and you got it, you're going to make money. Just because we have 30,000 exclusive listings on ICI World, it doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing the property or before divulging the address of the property to someone. You always must have an agreement, a listing agreement in place first before giving an address or before showing a property. I'm going to cover this a little bit more in a moment here. And then you ask the third question. Nobody's been asking this question, nobody. But now you should. May I advertise your property, but I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. I'm just going to say $1 million home property, you know, Scarborough, double-car garage, ground level family room, overlooking Ravine lot or something. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. If it's a restaurant, I'm just going to say restaurant, Scarborough, Kennedy Road area, and a 401. That's it. $350,000, making money. I'm not giving the address. You don't give the address on exclusive information. And the reason you don't give the address on exclusive information is because of this. RICO. As a registrant, we are all registrants in this room. This is a workshop for real estate brokers and salespeople to make money. A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that can reasonably be used, and that's the key word, identify. Specific real estate, unless you have the consent of the owner in writing. So in other words, if you don't have the listing signed, you must not and should not give the address to anybody. You can advertise $1 million property. I call it networking information. We're an information listing service. $1 million home, Scarborough. That's it. Somebody calls you. First thing they do is they're going to ask you for the address. And what do you say? There it is. When somebody calls you, they're going to ask you for the address. You make a statement that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I'll try to show it to you on Saturday. You come to my office, and we'll go from there. By the way, this is all written in your PowerPoint presentation. You should have this in your PowerPoint. And then on Friday, what do?
You go show them property, do the agreement, and do the 48 hours agreement.
You got it, to cover your showing.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, in Lake Tahoe, in the West Coast, all of the movie stars, you can go skiing up at the top in one day and go down to the bottom and jump out of a boat and go swimming on the same day. It's a beautiful area. All the movie star properties are up in the mountains and beautiful $1 million properties. They're selling them this way. They don't want to put them on MLS. They don't want to have the inside of their home and all their beautiful Van Gogh paintings and whatever it is that they've got. They don't want people to know all that stuff. But if you have a qualified buyer, I don't mind to the one buyer, I don't mind showing them everything. But I don't want everybody to see it. This is the way they're selling properties, just like this, exclusively. And it's getting, it seems to be maybe even more and more. Any questions on how to handle exclusive information? Okay,
Yeah,
there was a lady, okay, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt. This is if you have an exclusive listing.
This is verbal. This is verbal. If you have a signed listing, you don't have to do, you don't do this. If you can get a signed listing, you don't need this. It's where you cannot get a signed listing. There's a lady on her service, oh my God. I'll think of her name in a minute. With Realty, Doran Francis, with Realty Executives. She learned the 3 questions, let's go back. She learned these 3 questions. There was somebody, it actually was in our database number 2 in the private physical area. There was somebody trying to sell space for a church, of all things. She's a residential salesperson. She called him up and she asked the first question. What's the first question?
Will you pay me?
If I bring you the buyer, will you pay
The
me?
2 of you were right. You asked the first part, you asked the second part. But it's the whole question that's important, the whole question. Will you? Go ahead, repeat it, somebody else.
Will you pay me the commission if I bring you a buyer?
Oh, that's the first question. What's the, and the person that had, it was a $2.5 million church space. It was space for a church. He said yes. What's the second question?
You give me a listing for 48 hours to show it to buyer.
No, I don't want to give you a listing.
If I
No.
bring
What did
you
she
a buyer,
miss? She,
Just to bring a buyer.
if I bring you a buyer,
if I bring you a buyer,
Yeah,
you didn't say that.
if I show, I want to show it to a buyer. Okay,
You want if I bring you a buyer. If
yeah, yeah.
is the big word.
Okay.
That was important. That's the difference between making money, that little word if I bring you a buyer, or when I bring you, if I'm lucky enough to get you a buyer. He said yes. Now you got 2 yeses. What's the third question?
would you give me 48 hours exclusive listing if I get a
We just
buyer?
said that.
That's the second.
That's the second question. We just did that. What's the third question?
Are you allowing me to do your home advertisement on the internet without your address?
You can do it that way if you wanted to.
Or exclusive?
Usually we just say, is it okay if I want to market, I just want to market your property, but I'm going to do it without the address.
Yeah, that's right.
And you know why they always say yes? They say, you're going to spend money marketing and I don't have to sign a listing? Beautiful. They like that. Yeah, so you get yes, yes, yes. So Doran got 3 yeses. She got 3 yeses. She put it for sale on ICI World. She got 3 congregations calling her over the next 30 days. 3 church congregations. And one of them ended up buying it. She made $54,000 within 90 days of asking those 3 questions. She's not the only one. Everybody's selling residential and commercial real estate exclusively. This is what we do.
So this website also, so public basically gives you leads and you go from those leads and you
Yeah,
follow them.
yeah, you bet you do. There's so much business around here. Every single one of you, and if you can remember this number, every single one of you should have 15 opportunities to make money on ICI Road. Every one of you. And if you have trouble getting to 15, then you get into a little workshop with me. I'm going to go over the 3 questions. So when you go out here today, if you went, let's say you went and got a submarine sandwich for lunch, right? Could you talk to the owner?
Possibly.
While you're standing there waiting for your sandwich, just say, is the owner around? Yeah, I'm the owner. If I brought you
A buyer.
a buyer,
Would you sell your
would you sell your, what do you think
restaurant?
he's going to say?
He's gonna say yes. Or
You say yes, you say no. Maybe he says yes, maybe he says no. We don't know. How do you find out?
You ask.
You ask. That's right. You start asking questions. You want to know another really good question to ask?
Yes.
Anybody. By the way, do you know anyone or yourself looking to buy or sell real estate in the next 1 to 5 years to buy or sell? Do you know anybody at all? Just ask people. Start asking. You'd be surprised. Okay, let's move on. Okay. We've already covered that. And let's go on here. Okay, we're going to give you a test now. Does that give it away? Mississauga restaurant, $350,000 making money. Can you figure out which restaurant that is? No. If I said it was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, there's three answers here. Yes, you can figure it out. No, or you don't know.
Yes.
If I said it's at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas, can you figure out which one it is? You say yes? How many people say no? How many people don't know? The answer is yes. You're right. And here's the reason why. Let's say there was 3 restaurants at that corner. How long would it take for you to go talk to 3 restaurant owners? If you knew
15 minutes?
50 minutes to half an hour. If the commission is 10% on $350,000, that is $35,000 in commission. And they don't have to deal through you because they went direct. All because you gave a little bit too much information about where it is. So we're saying you got to protect your money like you protect money in the bank. You're not going to put $35,000 in a satchel and put it out on the front sidewalk and hope somebody that's going to return it to you. They might, but it might not. Let's go to the next one. Toronto Triplex, $750,000. Does this give it away? Can you figure out which one that is? No. If I said it's at the corner of Ossington and Bloor next to the Pizza, does it give it away?
Yes.
Yes. I know that's a simple question, but I'm leading you someplace. Lindsay, Esso gas station. Does that give it away? How many people here don't know? First of all, don't know. How many say no? How many say yes? Why does it give it away?
Because Lindsay is a very small town.
Lindsay is a small town and
You can figure, there's only one Esso gas station.
Maybe 2.
why not you?
Even if-
Yeah.
That's right. Good for you people. Good. You got it on right away. Nicely done. How about the next one? $30 million shopping center, Brantford. Does that give it away?
Yes.
How many people say no? How many people don't know? The yeses are right. The reason? There's only one that big. How about this one here? Peterborough Retail Plaza, $500,000.
I don't know.
No.
I think they got lots of plazas.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one probably is okay. The reason I show you this is because we have had salespeople like you who have been members. And when they put a piece of exclusive information on ICI World, when the people call up, then they say, where is it? They were giving the address. They were telling people where they were. No. You're letting them go direct. Doctors have confidential information. Lawyers have confidential information. Their profession and our profession, this is our confidential information in our profession. Okay? You got to respect it because that $35,000 for that restaurant, that can be used to pay for your kids' education. And if you say too much information, they can go direct on you. Okay, let's move on now. Okay, that's it for exclusive information. Now we're going to cover something special here called widgets. Widgets is a funny term. People don't understand what it is, but a widget is something that can go onto your website. We send, when you become members, when we get members, we send an instruction with a list of 6 links to put on your website that triggers leads. And what are those leads that are triggered? I'm going to show you right now. And they generate leads. Even if you did nothing else but got these widgets on your website, it can trigger leads. And I'm going to bring up some RE/MAX websites right now. And I'm going to start, let me see if I can start way here at the beginning. There it is there. Hang on. Here we go. Oops. Get rid of those. Okay, here we go. Here's an example of, let me go to this one here. Let me close some of these other ones here. Close tab. Close tab. Close tab. Close tab. Close tab. Okay. There's a sample of a website. Now, this website here is just It's made by a company called, I don't even know the name of this company, but nevertheless, this is a RE/MAX website. We're recommending that you have a residential button and that you have a commercial button. Every single one of you. If you have like the word listings on your website right now, change it to residential is our recommendation. By the way, people, I want you to know one thing. Even though I have been a broker for over 40 years, I want you to consider us as a personal marketing and information assistant to each and every one of you. We're here to help you. Whatever we say is really suggestions for you. You are the final judge, whatever you want to do. I'm working for you. I'm trying to get hired by you right now to do this stuff for you. But we make suggestions because we've been working with 1,000 brokers. We know what works and doesn't work, but it's up to you if you have a different idea, you want to do something. So we're recommending that you have 2 buttons on your website, that you take the listings button on your website and you change it to residential, and that you have another button called commercial. And I have residential brokers say, well, I don't want commercial, I'm residential. Yeah, but let's think about this. If you go to a doctor and you have a heart problem, what does the doctor do? He refers you to a heart doctor. So if somebody comes to your website, your residential, and they want to go see, say, a $2 million apartment building, you don't have to show it if you don't want to. And if they call you and say, can you help me on this message number? And they say, can you help me? You're going to say, yes, I can help you. I will have someone call you back. And then you get a hold of that other broker who's got that listing and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? Now, Rathiz, you've got referral agreements in the office here?
No.
Okay, so you're going to get some for them?
Sure.
Because they're all going to need them.
Okay.
Referral agreements. Referring broker, receiving broker, property, date, and all that stuff. Triple kid, they get a copy, you get a copy, and all that stuff. You should be carrying them with you, because once you start having these leads, and I'll give you an example, and I'm using commercial for the residential people on purpose here. Could somebody come to your website and click on Ontario Commercial if you had it? Could they click on that and have this come up? If this is your website, this can come up on your website. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, if we have ICI.
If you have ICI World,
Yes.
your membership, you can have this on your website. And let's say somebody clicks on apartment buildings on your website. Would you like to have, there's over 400 apartment buildings, would you like to have over 400 apartment buildings on your website?
Yes.
Okay? And then, if somebody is interested in the 6plex in, say, Scarborough right here for 1.9, people, they are going to try to click on that listings. They can't click on those listings. When you're a member of ICI World, they're going to try to click on that number. They can't do it. Who do they have to call?
You.
Give me a come on. This is exciting stuff. They got to call you for more information. So they're going to call you up. They're going to say, I'm interested in message number 758164. Can you help me? What are you going to say?
Yes.
Yep. And you could say, I will have someone call you back. Then you get a hold of the broker who's got that listing in Scarborough and say, I have a lead for you. Is a 25% referral commission okay with you? That referral is averaging $3,000 to $10,000. We have a RE/MAX agent in Peterborough, is the best one that I know of. He's done 15 of these referrals. That's 75 minutes of his time, if you figure 5 minutes each, and he made $45,000 from triggering leads to do referrals. That's the best one I know of. Go ahead.
So when somebody calls you, like you said, they'll give you 358164 number.
Yes.
How do we search that number?
Okay, so what we do right off the bat is we right-click. You see where it says copy?
Yes.
I copy it. And then let me just open up, where's that other window here? You go to ICI World, and if you want to search something, you click on search.
Yeah.
Okay, and you go down the page, and what does that say right there?
Search by
Number.
Search by message, database 1 by message number.
Okay.
Okay, you click on that, put in there, and then click on search database,
It pops up.
and there it is, and then click on the message number,
Yeah.
go down the page, and there it is.
Got it.
Exclusive, look at that. Now, we were talking about links for photos and more details. You click on it, and there it is. There's the property in Scarborough, now St. Clair and Birchmont. Go ahead.
This one is after you log in, right? You can find out the details.
When you're logged in, you got access to all the
Yeah, after you
information.
log in.
After you log in, you can put the
Actually,
number
some of this
and-
information is available without logging in.
Oh,
But you got to get the listings on your website. You got to have it be a member to trigger the leads.
okay.
You have to be a member to trigger the leads.
Okay.
Gary?
Yes.
Okay, so I see here, this one is, the listing is NEFXCB, right? So he's a member, because
Yes.
it's posted.
Yes.
So say somebody's looking around at different things. They've probably already, well, no, they may have already called him. So if I call him up and say, hey, Enio, it's 25% good, we do the paperwork back and forth. I sent him over this contact,
Yeah.
and he says, well, this person, I already talked to them.
Oh, well, that's a completely separate other question. That happens with anybody on different things. So you have to talk to him and feel him out, and that's qualifying him to do a referral with him, right? Now, if you don't trust him, theoretically, could you call somebody else, give the referral, and have them call and go do the deal? You could give it to a commercial broker. You don't have to do it to the listing agent.
Not that I don't trust him.
I know, but what you're trying to say,
Trust
I've already dealt it, and then sort of double cross you kind of thing.
No, it negates the referral.
That's true.
So how do you,
protect yourself against that?
especially if they're
Give
already
it
a
to-
member, right?
Well, give it to somebody else if you're not sure. If you sense that there could be a problem there.
I don't know if I'm communicating properly.
You want to do a referral and be guaranteed that he signs the paperwork so that you get your referral, and he doesn't claim that he already dealt with them.
No, what if he actually already does
If he already dealt with them?
it? Yeah, because the people.
Well,
are
you're going to have
calling, they're gonna
problems.
call
You're going to
the
have
listing.
problems if you're trying to do a referral and he doesn't sign the paperwork, right? But if you've got the people's name on paperwork and the phone number and he accepts the referral, it's a referral. That's a completely separate other issue, which everybody here is going to have opinions on it, how to protect yourself. But another way to do it, it opens up another question. If you're worried about him knowing the client and then you not getting paid, you could give your referral to somebody else. In this case, give it to somebody. Is there a commercial broker in this office? Anybody?
Yeah, he's not here.
He's not here? You could call him and give him the referral and let him go show the property,
I see. Got it.
right?
Yeah, but if you have the buyer, you can theoretically have a buyer recommendation agreement with them too, right? Before you actually contact.
Or you can try to go show it yourself too. Now, in the case of that church where Doran sold, how many people in here know how to write an offer on a church? Nobody, But if you don't know how to write an offer on a church, who do you ask?
The broker.
The broker,
The
Rathies.
broker, yeah.
Now, if Rathies, the reason why he's got all the answers, because if he doesn't know the answer, he knows where to get the answers.
Yes.
Right? Right, Rathies?
That's right.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on here. So this is how to have a link. Now, my question to you is this. If you don't have these listings on your website, do you have any chance to trigger a lead? Hang on, let me just close this.
No.
So in other words, you need these listings on your website to trigger a lead. What else are you going to have here? Well, let me close this. Let me go to another website. Here's another gentleman, Dan Curry. He does commercial and investment. He's got the same thing. Now, he's got the World Commercial button as well, where people can search any place. Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto.
When they click on word search,
Yes.
that's take them to ICI word
Yes.
link.
Yes. Yeah. And if you notice, though, it's from within his website.
Yes.
It's from within his website, and I'm going to click on Search Database, and there's properties coming for sale all in Scarborough. Would you like to have all these Scarborough listings, coming up on your website? Let's go to another website. Here it is here, Ron Tomlin. Now, here's a good example, residential. Let's go down to, does he have the, he doesn't even have the residential button. He doesn't have it.
He has it.
No, that's
No, not the one from the exclusive one from ICI. Oh, yes, he does. I'm sorry. Ontario has it once, mostly exclusive. You're right. I almost missed it. There it is. Now, you just put on a listing in Scarborough. Now, watch this. Scarborough. Who's the first listing on the page?
Coming for sale.
Oh, there's your bungalow right there. That's the one we put on. There's already 2 more listings have gone on.
Wow.
Gotcha.
It shows you there's action every day. There's like 50 to 100 new listings a day.
Somebody to do it?
No, I'm surprised. I never saw that before. I'm just looking. And by the way, there's somebody who wants a detached home right there. Look at that.
Yeah, 900.
Isn't that beautiful?
Click on that.
Oh, you can't.
You
You have to call this broker here.
I see.
If this was your website, who do they have to call?
You.
Bingo.
I see.
Okay? This is a no-brainer, people. This is like, you know, the money that can be made from triggering. This is what you need to trigger a lead is what I'm kind of getting at. Let's go look at another one. Here's Century 21. A residential. Now, he's got residential and he's got commercial. Residential and commercial. He's got both. FSBOs. You wanted to talk about FSBOs. Would you like to have these FSBOs on your website so that if somebody happens to click on, let's say, Toronto, an area, these listings come up on your website? Would you like that? Nobody can click on these listings here. They have to call you. This is why I'm saying it's more powerful than a regular website. Go ahead.
So basically, you know, some places, as you can see, they say they want it or for sale by owner, for example.
Yeah.
And then you click on the button that you clicked it earlier, and then you have the phone numbers or the address, for example, is there. So you can tell them, you know, I got your information from ICIC Word. I'm a member of them. I can help you to sell your property, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You bet. And you ask them the 3 questions. What's the first question? What's the first question? You ask them.
Will you give me the commission if I get you the buyer?
Sure.
Would you do the 48 hours exclusive? Would you do 48 hours exclusive agreement signed with me
No.
If
if I get you buyer?
If you get a buyer, sure.
Yeah.
This is a workshop. I want to thank you for asking these questions. That's how we learn. If you don't ask the question, we don't learn.
Okay, another question.
Okay, another question. This is where we learn on these questions.
Let's say he bring a buyer on your property within 48 hours. Now the 48 hours is gone.
No,
No,
we're not talking about that.
Hold over.
In fact, this is a good point. We're not getting a 48-hour exclusive listing when you talk to the owner of a property.
Yes.
We're not getting 48
Let's
hours.
say-
We're getting a verbal agreement that he agrees that once you have a buyer, he'll sign something like a 48-hour exclusive listing to cover your showing.
Okay.
You're not
So-
asking for 48 hours.
Let's say it's
Let's
done.
You've already tried and they already said no.
Let's say they agreed on signing the 48 hours and he
Once
got them
you
signed.
have a buyer,
Yes. If he find a buyer
right?
and they sign the documents, what happens after 48 hours?
Same thing
Because
as with your
on
Trev listing. Can somebody tell him?
Holdover. You have a
The
holdover?
holdover 90 days.
You got it.
Okay.
for 180.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Very good question. Good question. It's good to know that this fits in with how you do business. Let's go to another one here. Those are the FSBOs that you can trigger leads on. Let's close that page. What about this one? Muhammad Pro. Oh, now I'm gonna start demonstrating websites too. How much are the websites on ICI World for the first month?
Free.
Free.
Right.
And after the first month, how much are they if you want to keep them?
$16 per month.
$16.50 if you pay with a credit card for $199 for the year. This is for the websites.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, here's...
Is there any initial fee in order to start a website? Like is
No.
Set up fee or something?
there- like you know how there's a
No, we totally, when we are a society of real estate brokers and salespeople, and we want to get you all up and running. So we'll actually design it for you. Totally.
So
up and
is there
running,
any- is
ready
there
to
any
make money.
extra cost to design and?
No, it's included in your membership. There's only one other extra cost that you will have. You have a cost with ICI World to join ICI World. Can you look at your application, please, down at the bottom? How much it costs to join ICI World? How much is it normally? First of all, is my first question. How much is it to join ICI World normally?
31, 319.
$319 for the year.
41.
And if you add $40 HST, the total I think is $360 to join ICI World here today, okay, for the first year.
Yes.
However, we have a special at the bottom. When I do a webinar like this, or a seminar,
Yeah,
how much is the special?
240 plus 31.
So
240.
271.
$271 to
Yeah,
join.
the $31, you're gonna get that back from the government, so it's really $240 for the first year. However, I have another little special in a moment, which I'll show you. But basically $240 for the first year to join ICI World. We will totally design your website for you, free for the first month.
Will you show us a website which you
This is an example of one of them right here. I'm gonna show you.
And when you also said, you said 240 per year, so does that mean,
It's $319 per year
271.
no, I know, but you said 240 for the first year.
for the
right?
first year.
But then what happened after the first year?
It's $319 per year.
I see.
All our 1,000 members, they pay $319 per year, okay?
It's just first year you give this.
First year, we give the discount,
And what about
$240.
if you don't want to keep it, you just wanted to,
Oh,
say after 1 year you said, we don't want you
No
anymore.
problem.
you don't have,
There's
we don't keep your credit card number on file for the yearly memberships. For the monthly memberships, we do. If you wanted to start today, you can start for as little as $30 per month special instead of 40.
Let's say we cancel it, and after 1 year we can keep our old website, or you can.
No, it's your website, you keep it. The website company is a company called Point Two. Has anybody ever heard of Point Two?
Yeah.
Okay, Point Two is a company from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. They've helped create over 300,000 real estate websites. ICI World is an official distributor of these websites. We're an official educator of these websites, and we are a first line of support. If you have any problems with the website, you can call us first. Okay? Question? But you get 2 levels of support.
So from the
It's the
website,
same price whether you get it from us or from them. Better off to get it from us because you got 2 levels of support. We totally design everything. We help you fix everything. We strategize it. We stock it with listings, and we make it so that it's going to trigger leads. Go ahead.
so speaking of website, so the company that you just mentioned, or you yourself, whoever would pay.
They're the
for it,
hosting company.
so they're the hosting company. So they will take care of your website, they'll put ads on it or the listing on it, behalf of you as well, and then you get a lead from there. Is that what it is?
Oh, sure. Yeah, there's other brokers that belong to the Point Two network who are agreeing to allow their listings to be on your website as well.
And you allow
And that's what and you allow them on your listings if you want to. That way you have 3 major world networks of listings, not just MLS. You've got ICI World and you got the Point Two network. You've got 3 major sources of listings to put on your website. Another powerful feature, let me show you another powerful feature of this website. Anybody here do open houses?
Yeah.
Oh, get excited. I got something the best, absolutely the best stuff for you.
Okay.
Let's pretend that this is your website. Somebody comes on your open house.
Yes,
Say you get 10 people
yes,
and probably 5 of them are not working with another broker,
yes.
okay? You tell them that you can program your website under this property search function here, and you can program them. They can put their email address in here, and I would put an iPad and your computer right on the kitchen table and come down here, and they can choose to receive condominiums or residential, specifying the location of where they want to look. You can choose Toronto. And if they're only looking in, say, Scarborough, they can come down here.
To Scarborough.
Scarborough.
Yeah,
And you can do Scarborough Bluffs and everything.
yeah.
And what's beautiful about this is anytime a home comes for sale in any of these areas,
Yes.
they will automatically get an email after your open house. You tell them it's free, and I simply hope that if you get, an email sent to you of a home that you really like, maybe you'll call me and I'd like the opportunity to show it to you. So 2 weeks after your open house, this website's been sending listings to them. All of a sudden, bingo, they spot a listing they like. Bingo, they give you a call. and say, do you mind, I was getting listings, I met you on the open house a couple of weeks ago, but there's a home I just got by email. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they say, do you think you could set it up for 7 o'clock tonight? I'd like to go see this home. All from your open house because of these websites. Before you ask a question, we know that the MLS can do this. Who uses the MLS to send out listings to customers? Okay? If you're not using it, you should. Those are good that you're doing it. But the problem with the MLS, it only sends MLS. It doesn't send out the exclusive listings that this does. So this one also sends out the exclusive listings. So it's actually good to do both if you can. It's a great introduction. Go ahead, question.
So how do we do that? How, like you said, somebody, he comes into my open house.
Yep.
I can download this to his phone. And then
No. What you're going to do is this is a separate feature of your website. You bring your website up on the screen.
Yeah.
And say you're choosing Scarborough. Maybe they don't want to be out by pharmacy, so you can uncheck that.
Okay.
And you can just choose the areas that they're interested in.
Okay.
You come down to the bottom, say you're not a robot, and then you click on receive additional information, and this thing will automatically send it out to them. Any new listing in that area.
And then what about if you, like, let's say today's an open house, and then 2 days later a listing pops up in the same area.
Yep.
Would that deliver to them automatically as well?
If it's on point 2, it will deliver.
Okay.
You have to be, the broker has to be a member of this point 2 agent network.
Okay.
That's why I always say it's good to do it both on MLS and on this network. Do both. Question here first, and then you.
So you will also get a copy of the same listing? when
You
it
can
goes
set it so that you can get a copy, I believe.
like MLS.
Okay?
One thing, some websites, real estate websites, they claim that MLS listing, they sync on their website as well. So I believe the same point system.
I can show you what we do for MLS. Can I show you the MLS?
Yes.
These websites all have MLS.
Yeah.
I'm going to show it to you now. When you come up here, I click on residential. What does this say down here?
Search MLS.
I'm going to click on it. Oh, he's got a problem right there. Doran, I haven't got my pencil hand. Oh, wait a minute. I can mark it down in my... I have to call Mohammed. He's got a problem with his domain or something not working. Okay, let me go to another website here. Hang on 1 second. Residential. Let me just see if I can find an easy. I want to find one that's, say, a .2 website here. Hang on 1 second. Okay, here's one. Residential. Has he not got the search MLS on his? He hasn't got it. Was it there? Oh, yeah, sorry. Treb MLS, okay, Toronto Real Estate Board. There we go. Okay, so here, he's got the Treb MLS search on his website. There it is there. Okay, so can you type in Scarborough and make it work or no?
I think so.
Freehold. All right, let's just see if we can search anything. Yep. Too many listings searched, so we have to put in a price rate. Maximum search. Okay, there they go.
Oh, yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's how it appears. Now, the nice thing about this special way that we do it, when you click on it, this is your name. This is your name up here. Okay? That's going to be your telephone number. Down at the bottom of the information, that's the other company that has it listed. Okay?
Yeah.
So you'll have the MLS listings coming up on your website as well. Toronto, GTA homes and condos, residential exclusives, click on that. And this is another way that they're being displayed. If I clicked on Scarborough, these are the listings in Scarborough coming up. There's your home, the $850,000 one.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so you can see, isn't that nice being displayed right across the industry? Here's one that does world commercial properties. He does a lot of resorts, this particular gentleman. Listings, I don't know where he puts it on his advanced interactive. Now this is sometimes an issue, I think. If you can't find the listings right away, that makes it harder for people to find them. But you see how he's got it buried way down here? People might not even get down that far And also, this should come up within his website. So that's a critique there. It should come up within his website. Residential listings, commercial, Ontario commercial, click on that. This is the nice part now. If somebody is looking in, say, just Scarborough, they can actually, or say Toronto, let me just choose Toronto here, do a search. Bingo, these listings come up in Toronto, and there it is. So these are going to be coming up on your website. I mean, you only need one lead. All of a sudden, you're making either into a showing or making money or doing a referral right off the bat. Okay, so that pretty well shows you all of that. Now, here's Usman's website. Okay, Usman. So now you see this button here called Listings. Now, this is called a Web4 Realty website.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have hundreds of websites with Web4 Realty that we put links on. So I'm recommending that you change that word, listings, and to residential, and then you put one right beside it, right there,
Yes.
called commercial. So when we send the instructions, you just forward the instructions to support@web4realty.com,
Yeah.
and they install it for you, and you're done. The beautiful thing, it's all automatic. The listings update themselves every single day by the minute. And that is something you should talk to your customers about, because now you tell them, I've got a lot of new listings coming onto my website every day, so check it out regularly, and that starts to build traffic to your website.
Or I can switch this domain to point to agent.
What I'm going to suggest, that's another great question. Thank you for asking that. I'm recommending that all of you keep your websites, every single one, because websites are like billboards. You can have more than one billboard. You can have one on Kennedy Road if you had a billboard, and another one on Lawrence Avenue, another one someplace else. If you had 3 or 4 websites, if they're only like 10, 15, 20 bucks a month, and they're all generating leads, that's the key. You got to measure your success. On ICI World, you measure your success every 90 days. If you're not triggering leads or doing a deal every 90 days, you must call us, because you're missing something. You're either not promoting your website, or you don't have the listings on your website, or maybe your listings on ICI World are more than 90 days old, because only the ones that are hot, just on the market within the last 90 days are getting seen. The whole industry has got to learn that. Let me just show you another sample. Let's just go back this way here. There's another sample website. He's got Ontario Commercial. I don't think he has the residential one. Some of these guys don't have them. Okay, here's one, Charles. Residential. He's got the search MLS there, which is good. Residential exclusives. Click on that. And again, people can kind of click on whatever they're interested in. If they're interested in Mississauga, bingo, they click on Mississauga. Now, the interesting thing about this is they're all over the province. You are all licensed for the province of Ontario. By having a properties in London and Muskoka, is it possible somebody might click on Muskoka on your website? Is it possible?
Yes.
You bet it's possible. You're on the internet where everybody can see it. So let's say somebody clicks on Muskoka on your website. There are some properties in Muskoka on your website. This is important for you to know, because if you have a shoe store, and if the shoe store is empty, you don't sell anything. A website is just a shoe store. You got to have shoes. These are the shoes for a shoe store. For real estate people, these are listings. You got to know what you have on your website. Yes, sir.
So when you see everything that you open on the one by one, it says the message number, then the price, and then what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Is there also a date as well? Like when
Not on here. There's no contact information, and there's not a date here.
No, I mean to say when you would become a member.
Oh yeah.
You become your member.
You get the date
So
of every single
when you put series listing on it, for example.
Yep.
So you put on, the price $850, for example, in Bungalow, Scarborough, and then you said 2 more pops up at the same time, right? So let's say if those 2 pops up, when you click on it, would they be able to say it came yesterday, today?
Oh
day
yeah.
Before yesterday.
Well, it has
or
to be
1 week ago?
has to be later than yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, like let's say if you want to contact somebody last week or something, the question is, with it comes the time or the date is there.
Yeah, yeah, and let me show you. Okay, let's go into the very latest one here. And then click on that. There's the date, December 4th.
I know, okay, that was it.
Okay.
Date of listing.
All right, very good. Now, we got some other really nice websites to show. If you want to see other sample websites later because you want to really look at more, you go back to our main website and you click on For Members. You go down the page and you're going to see mobile-friendly websites. Now, I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to show you and finish off with this. And I'm just going to click on this one here. This is a Web4 Realty website too, I think. Hang on one second. Oh, no, this is a .2 agent website. This is one of the .2 agent websites. And you'll see she's got residential and commercial. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Okay, now, let's show you this. This is the key to these websites. I'm going to take you and show you that every single one of these websites is a mobile website. And they come up on your mobile phone. Your website from ICI World is a mobile website. Both. It does both. The internet and on here. So that's the same website that you see there. Okay? That's the same website. And you can see it. Okay? Got her nice picture and everything. Here's the deal. There's a little hamburger, we call it a hamburger button. You click on it, and all the choices for listings can come up. Okay? So now, if somebody is interested in a home, they can click on maybe GTA Homes. And it's chugging away, and it comes up. And all the beautiful homes in the area start to come up. Isn't that nice? And then maybe somebody's interested in this one, so they click on it. This is on your website. You got to pretend that this is your website. Okay? And up comes the beautiful homes with your picture and your phone numbers right beside it. And then if people want to see more, they can start clicking on the beautiful pictures inside. You tell me if this isn't the ultimate in marketing on the internet here. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes.
Look at this garage. Wouldn't you like to have a garage like that? Okay? Isn't that gorgeous? I call this the ultimate in marketing on the internet. When anybody in the world that can end up on your website seeing this stuff. This is exciting, you know? And how much is it to get the website?
$20.
That's it. That pretty well completes my session for today. If you're interested in getting started, I'm going to ask you a question because I have little bonuses here. You're ready to start?
No, we're just asking, everything's been so nice, but once we develop everything, how do you bring the traffic?
Okay, that's a subject that called how to promote your website. And so what we do to help you is once a month, one second, let me just bring this up here. I can actually click on this. Hang on one second. Let me just click on there. You go to For Members, and you come down here and you register for this monthly webinar, how to promote your website. You click on it, and you're going to notice that we have sessions every single month. You register for that. The nice thing about this, if you register and if you can't make it, you'll still get a copy of it after the webinar by email. But there's something else you can do. You can also go to the main website here and click on For Members. Come down here to the ICI World YouTube channel, and you'll notice that there's several webinars that say how to promote your website right here. And when you click on it, it plays and you can listen to it anytime you want. Okay, and you can listen to that. That's another way that you can do it. Okay, question.
These YouTubes are not for public, right?
The YouTube, the public can actually see that, but there's no reason why they would want to see it if they're not really a realtor, because this is all designed for real estate people. All right, the widgets, you know about them for your website, and we support all these various websites. You can consider their websites are like billboards. You can link the two of them together. We're winding down now. We're going to actually just wrap it up here and conclude.
What happened to that word bonus?
The bonus is coming right now, as soon as I finish this thing here. As a member, know our pledge that no member should go longer than 90 days without doing business or developing good business relationships with people. Otherwise, you call us. Don't make your membership sit. And the special, okay. The special you've got is $240 for 1 year. Is there anyone thinking of joining right now? One person. You're going to get 13 months. 13 months. In other words, being the first one. You're going to join, you're going to get 14 months. But you're also going to get 14 months.
If you raise your,
Otherwise,
you will get
Okay.
15 months. that we
otherwise you
all
get already, me and him, we already raised up the hands.
But everyone has
So you get 14 months. I'm up to 14. 15 months. 16 months.
Okay, let's say if I'm joining.
17, you're in? 17 months?
But everybody gets 17 months though, right?
Everybody's
course.
getting 17 months.
Of course.
It's, I'm telling you, I only do that at these, when I'm personally
moment.
into this session. Online, people are paying $319 for 1 year to get going. There's one more thing I would like to tell you in finishing. We have a special sponsorship program as well. If you sponsor someone else to join, your membership can be reduced next year from $319 to $240.
Okay.
Okay? If you get just one person, tell them about it and get them to join. But they have to mention your name. They get them to mention their name. You tell them they can join for $240 for 1 year if they mention your name. Okay? So if they mention your name, they can join for $240 for 1 year. Not this special extra that you're getting here. Just the 1 year. And some people say, Gary, what happens if I get you 4 more? We add 3 months membership onto your renewal date for each person in addition to 1. So if you got 4 more people during the year, and we got many, I've told 4 more people and they join, they get another year free. Absolutely free. Okay. I appreciate your feedback. Okay, now, there is a survey. I need you to give the feedback on the survey. Can everybody just pull out the little survey form? It's called an evaluation. It's a blank sheet evaluation. Can you check it, please? Do you mind just filling that in? The other thing you need is on the application, do you have the, can I have that stapler? Can you hand me the stapler? Thank you so much. And bring your business card and the application. If you bring your business card and the application, I'm going to staple your business card to the application, and then you just need your credit card number. Or I can even process here now. However, before you leave, I want to make the appointment with you. In other words, your very first I call it an orientation appointment, is going to be conducted in your home or business office over the internet. If you have to cancel at the last minute, it's okay. We're not going anyplace either. We got other things we can work on. But we would rather book an appointment now before you leave, so you get your calendar out, and I'm going to show you how the calendar works, and then we're going to book it right on the calendar, your first appointment before you leave.
Okay.
Okay? And so you just have to bring up your application with your credit card, and we're going to staple your business card to it.
This application?
Yes, that application right there.
No, this one, right?
Also, this is called an evaluation sheet, which I would like everyone to take 1 minute to fill it in, the evaluation. So in consideration of me taking my time and coming here to do this for you, I would appreciate 1 minute if you fill in the evaluation sheet.
Where is this application? I don't know.
Do you have it?
Where is it?
Oh.
You got an extra evaluation?
No, the application fee.
Oh.
You see, if the senior is joining it, then junior will join automatically. He's our senior. You. Yeah.
Now, if anybody wants, I can process the credit card through here too, if you want. Either way.
I'll go to my car to get my car.
Okay. And now, watch the screen, because I'm going to actually bring up the calendar right now, because I like to book the appointments right now.
So we'll just give you a credit card number? Is that what
Yes,
it
sir.
is?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So when you're ready?
Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me just bring up the...
Then you'll send the receipt to my email?
You're going to get the receipt by email, is correct.
Okay. Well, let me,
Okay, so here we go. Make an appointment. And there it is.